Peace to all my kings and queens out there. It's your boy RELL. We all know the struggle be so real out here. However, you do need to be realer than your struggle. So, stay tuned. I have some lessons for you. So let's get it. Question of the day. Let's get to it. Would you rather be a peaceful nobody or a successful person with a target on your back? Would you rather be a peaceful nobody or a successful person with a target on their back? Are you subscribed yet? It's free. Why aren't you subscribed yet? Come on now. 2 seconds. Hit that button. It's free. What are you waiting on? Like, comment, and subscribe. Easy. Back to the video. Very, very interesting question. But before I get into the question, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay to the end of the video. I have a post for the missing person that I've been talking about for the last few weeks now, or week and a half. Haley Busby, she's still missing. So stay to the end so you can get that post and share it to your socials. Peaceful nobody or success story with a target on their back? This question works different for everybody. It just depends on how you live your life. It really depends on how you live your life. I'm not going to say that everybody believes that being successful is the best thing for them, because everybody don't. Everybody believes like, I can just have the regular win of being married, having kids, having a house, having a job, and having a vehicle to get around in, and being able to travel and see my family from time to time. I don't need anything else. I'm good. Sounds good. Sounds real good, as a matter of fact. Who wouldn't want to just have the regular day-to-day operations? But we know this life is not that easy. We know this life is not that easy. See, what I'll tell you right now is, unfortunately, you're at war whether you want to be in it or not. You're at war whether you want to be in it or not. So, why not have all the tools available to you? Why not have all the resources available to you? Why not put your family in a status of higher power, respect, money, where they don't have to worry about at least the damage that could happen on a... Let me just give you an instant. Let's just say you have a regular life. In your regular life, you have a regular job. And in your regular job, you have, you've been there for 20 years. You have a house. You have basic savings. You have cars, this, that, and the third. You're strategically placed in a good position in your life. But you raise a bunch of lazy kids. They don't want to work. They want to skate by on minimalist jobs and whatnot. I mean, it's all gravy that you did good, that your family's all right, but at the end of the day, if your family is not prepared for said situations, say like an economical crisis or recession, they might, if you left them any kind of trust or savings or anything that would help, I guess, get them out, they're going to run through that. They're going to run through it. Say, I don't know, just the house that you had that was passed down to them, it burns down or something. Just whatever major crises that could happen in life. A natural disaster hits your home and destroys it completely. Your kids now don't have any backup home. They live in an apartment, and the home that you had is destroyed. And the resources that they had at one point, the money that you left behind for them, they ran through it. And they're not like, I guess what you would say, financially placed like you were in your life. Your kids are going to run into a problem. And it happens. Think about how powerful it is to be able to say that if you were in a position of said power, you had all the resources in the world, you had a business, you didn't just have a job, you had a business that you could pass down to the family. You had multiple homes, in multiple different states, or just different cities or whatever. Just say you have, endless amount of money that you pass down to your kids. It'd be hard for economical crisis or natural disaster to completely wipe out any level of their situation. Economical crisis is not going to take the business. I mean, it could take your business that you had in place for them away, but it doesn't take away what they have as far as like finances that you passed to them. They could hit a wall with a natural disaster, destroy a home that you bought, that you left for them, but it's not going to really completely wipe them out where they can, have a place to go stay. Maybe you have multiple homes in another state, like I said, or in another city. They're good. So my thing is, and not that we're trying to raise lazy kids, and not that we're going to look at our next generation, that we're not going to pass them the toolage and the knowledge to be better than you, but it's just to say, why just do minimal work? Why just do minimal work? Why not prepare for the storm? Why not why would you want to just be a ship that just passed through and not be a storm that passed through? You know what I mean? What I mean by that is, storms leave impacts. They leave damage. They leave like debris everywhere. You want to be just a ship that just coasts right through the water? Or do you want to be that storm that like caused a tsunami that wiped out a whole city? That, and I'm not mean this I mean this in a good sense, not in a bad sense, but basically leaving an impact, an imprint for your family to follow, and so your family are not falling upon hard times, and it's like, oh, grandpa didn't leave anything for us. We didn't have anything left. See, the problem is, and not that I'm blaming them, but I mean, I'll just say in our family, said grandma, grandfathers, even our moms, dads, They ain't leaving us nothing. My dad I'm pretty sure don't have anything to pass over to me. I'm pretty sure. My mom, she has some stuff to pass over, but it's not going to be a lot. It's not going to be a lot. It's going to be the bare minimum, lower level stuff that, hey, this works. This will do. But it ain't going to leave an imprint. Peaceful nobody or a success story with a target on your back. Well, let me just tell you, let me go back to what I was saying before. Do you think the peaceful nobodies are not getting attacked? And I mean this with no disrespect, but follow me on this one. I'm going to just say, in the situation we're in right now, and I'm talking about my family, we do have a situation. A regular family, they're all right. They're well off in some aspects, not well off completely. Their daughter is missing. The one I've been talking about for a while now, Haley Busby. She's missing. They got the state pretty much, or at least the county police or whatever. They got them doing whatever they can do to find this girl. They got the outreach of social media. They're doing that. So all praises to what they're doing. But do you really think that this level of shit will go on in a rich family? I mean, obviously it'd be national coverage. I'm sure it would still be possibly a process or whatever. But there would also be a reward, I'm sure, thrown on the table. See, rich people, they talk with their money. Rich people will say, hey, my daughter or son is missing. I have a reward. You get this much to make sure that they get home. Not that they want to be putting a price on their kids, but they would have said money to say, hey, this is to bring my kid home. $100 million. Not really, but, I'll say 100,000. Let's just use that. $100,000. You can get that. Make sure my daughter or son get home. See, peaceful people are getting attacked too. It ain't like being a peaceful nobody is simple. Peaceful nobodies lose their jobs all the time. They lose their kids, whether it be to the kid do something stupid, go to jail. Their kids get murdered. Don't have no money to pay for a funeral. They have economical situations that happen. They lose their homes, their vehicles, their jobs, just jobs cutting back, getting laid off, or shit, just get regular fired. Peaceful nobody? I don't think so. This life is not peaceful. It doesn't grant you peace. See, successful with a target on your back, I could live with that. See, being a success story with a target on your back, that just means you need to be more prepared. It just means you need to be more prepared. You got to be prepared for the storm. I'm okay with that, because life's going to give you them storms anyway. Back in LA when all those fires hit, I believe a lot of it did hit like some of them areas where a lot of successful people, entrepreneurs and stuff. I mean, yeah, those people lost their homes, but I'm quite sure it didn't take them long to bounce back. Of course, a lot of rebuilding. I'm sure that's hurtful, but I'm sure building back was not that hard. Because they probably had homes anyway. All they did was relocate to the home that was somewhere else. Now, again, this is not me trying to make light of the situation. A fire is a fire, damage is damage, a situation is a situation. But I couldn't imagine my situation being hit with a fire. You got to start all over. I had to start all over. So would you still rather be a peaceful nobody or success with a target on your back? I had to go back to the story of Nipsey and everything, or Tupac or Biggie and everything. All these people that were successful, that lost their lives. I mean, you can still be successful. I just think it's more in our culture, obviously, the things that we do, the background we come from. But there's successful people that don't have to face the targets on their back. They just learn how to keep their mouth shut and move quietly. And I'm not saying that I'm mad at anything like Tupac or Biggie or Nipsey or anybody else for that matter that got, gunned down and stuff in their success. It's just about moving correctly, moving quietly, and just about being safe. So I just ask of you, would you just rather the victory of just being a nobody, having a regular life, doing the regular shit day to day, or would you honestly rather be a success story with a target on your back? Because you don't necessarily have to move with the target on your back, but you have resources to, for when the target is on your back, to at least be able to be aware of it. But that's my time. Check out the question: successful nobody or success with a target? Oh, I'm sorry. Nobody, a peaceful nobody or a success story with a target on your back? Let me know. This is my longest question of the day, but I just felt like it was one I needed to put a little emphasis in. I also have a poem coming, by the way, so that way you can kind of hear what my thoughts are on success. But check it out. It's coming on my reels. But you guys have a good day. Be safe out there and watch your six. Peace.